Good morning, everyone. As always, place your cross on first. You just don't know how important that is in your walk with Christ. The more you trust Him, the more you call on Him, the better things are for you. Might not be good for your enemies, but it's going to be good for you. And when I say my enemies or your enemies, I mean enemies of the cross. Do you understand? Enemies to your purpose, enemies to your calling. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Last week I gave you a few stories about coming up against the Lord and being disobedient by Moses and Aaron, Moses and the people, the children of Israel, David making mistakes. But David also made that one mistake, but David had a lot of enemies. And one thing you're going to realize as a Christian, you're going to have a lot of enemies too. It's written. You'll be hated by many for my name's sake. You'll be hated by many. But let's read a Psalm of David, 35. Let's see what's going on in David's life at this time period. Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Hey, it is what it is. It's not favoritism. It's you trust in the Lord. And you do have times in your life when you feel like you're under attack. A lot of people say a lot of these Psalms, and it's true, I say it too, are against plots against your life, witchcraft, sorcery, plots of the enemy. And they work. Take hold of shield and buckler. Sound familiar? Armor of God. And stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. I told you the story about Miriam and Aaron talking bad on Moses. What happened? They were put to shame. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion to devise my hurt. The children of Israel. Saul. The list goes on. The Philistines against Samson. Gideon. Let them be as chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. There are stories in the Old Testament when the Lord sent his angel to smite the Lord's enemies. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. Let's go to the New Testament. Herod, after he had beheaded John the Baptist, and he was going to kill James, the brother of John, I think I'm correct, but he was going to kill one of the disciples, but it was Easter. You understand? And the people started praising him as a god. He didn't say anything, and the angel of the Lord smote him. This is New Testament now. You think this don't stop? You think it stopped when the Bible stopped? When Revelation ended, the Lord stopped sending his angels to help us? Nah, he still do. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, without cause they have digged for my soul. Let destruction come upon him at unawares. I know you're thinking, this is not blessing, this is cursing. No. If my enemies are coming against me, let's say sometimes in spiritual warfare, you don't even know who your enemies is. You just got a feeling, and you're praying to the Lord. Hey, Lord, help me. Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he have hid catch himself. Basically, let him fall on his own sword. Into that very destruction, let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. And my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which delivers the poor from him that is too strong for him? Yea, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth him. False witnesses did rise up. Sound familiar? It happens. Ever since I became a Christian, all kind of false accusations that I didn't notice was going on against me when I was living for the world. I thought everybody was at peace with me. But it's kind of weird when I became a Christian. I started to see the desire of my enemies. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. What he said, things that I knew not. This is spiritual warfare. He knows something's up. So he's calling on the Lord in advance. They rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. Some he saw. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. What he's saying, I prayed for my enemies. I humbled myself with fasting, and my prayer returned to my own bosom. Why did it return to their own bosom? Because no God is with them. Do you understand? You can pray for some people, and that prayer gonna go from here to the ceiling back down because of what they're doing or who they are. If they don't change from their evil ways, it is what it is. He said, I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. But in my adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me. And I knew it not. What did he say? I knew it not. So why is he praying this prayer if he knew it not? Because the Lord lets you know certain things. And they did tear me and cease not. With hypocritical mockers and feast, they gnashed upon me with their teeth. I mean, some people that ate at his own table were plotting against him. Take about Absalom. You know, even though David brought it upon himself, but he saw this. He saw the people that were coming against him. Lord, how long wilt thou look on? Rescue my soul from their destruction and my darling from the lions. Another thing you're going to realize, even after the Lord told David he's going to be strife in his house, he never stopped calling upon the Lord. I'm sure this was during a time period when he was fleeing from Absalom or fleeing from another enemy. Who knows? But it's in the time when he was in trouble. I would give thee thanks in a great congregation. I would praise thee among much people. Now, I love this word, right? This sentence right here. Let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me. Some people don't even know why they hate you or why they come up against you. They don't even know. Maybe it's the devil. Same with Job. His friends thought they were helping him. But what Job said, horrible comforters are you all. Y'all the worst comforters I've ever seen. Now let them wink with the eye that hate me without a cause. Some people hate you for no reason, just because of who you are, who you called to be. For they speak not, neither let them weep with the eye that hate me with a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. Pay attention. Yea, they open their mouth wide against me and say, aha, aha, our eye have seen it. I done had accusations coming to me are ridiculous. I'm sure you have too. Like, what? For real? Wow. Even where I work now, certain people were coming against me and the information would find its way to me for some reason. Because what the Lord said, there are more for me than there are against me. But you got to think in the spiritual realm. Elijah opened their eyes and let them see. And they saw a heavenly host up there. Like, whoa. Wow. This thou hast seen, O Lord. Keep not silence. O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even unto my cause, my God and my Lord. Judge me, O Lord, my God, according to thy righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, so we would have it. Let them not say we have swallowed him up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. But the word says, when your ways pleases the Lord will make your enemies even to be at peace with you. Well, he will make them be at peace with you, or he can destroy them. It's really God's choice, but it's their choice. When they're coming against you, they're coming against the Lord. Accept it. I keep telling people this. Accept these prayers. They ain't here for nothing. They here because in time periods in your life, you're going to go through things when you feel like people are against you, and they are. But think about this. What if your mind is just playing tricks on you? Now think about this. Let's say your mind playing tricks on you and you're praying this prayer. You're not hurting anyone. You're coming to the Lord with it. You're not taking matters in your own hands. You're coming to him, and he's going to do what's right according to your will, whether you're wrong or right, because who you going to with? Him. You ever seen people have thoughts in their head and they come at the person and be straight wrong? You see, if you come to the Lord, you got to worry about living like a fool. He's going to correct it. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Because you're going to have people up there who favor what you're doing, who love the fact that you are giving your life over to Christ and calling upon him. But some people are not going to be happy about it. I thought that for sure when I gave my life to God, that so many people were going to be on my side. I found otherwise. I'm like, wow, everything that's written in his word is true. Especially when I gave myself to God. He said, let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified, which have pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. Some people ain't going to always hate you. Some people are going to see what you're doing. But what people are going to see what you're doing? The men and women of God. The people who hate you wrongfully, they don't see the good that you're bringing. A lot of people didn't see the good that Moses was bringing. A lot of people didn't see the good that David was bringing. Who that was, one man, I think it was Nathan, came out cursing David. And on David's deathbed, David said, make sure you handle that. Solomon. He told Nathan, I think Naaman, or whatever his name is, he said, if you leave this spot, leave from where we set you at, you shall surely die. He did. I guess he thought he was playing. And a lot of people think the Lord's playing when it comes to his people. He ain't playing. He ain't playing when it comes to you. Accept it. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. Can't get no better than that. Let's go to 36. I'm going to read this one. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. That's what the wicked say about a God-fearing person. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. Because that's what a lot of people think when you become a Christian. Oh, you're so hateful now. No, I love God's judgment and God's statutes. I'm going to let you know. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. Did you see that? That's what they're going to say about you. You changed. I'm supposed to when I give my life to the Lord. I'm supposed to stay the same. It's supposed to be a change in me. But these people hate the change. What they said? He have left off to be wise and to do good. Look at Mr. Goody Goody Two-Shoe. Look at Mrs. Christ follower. I like the old you. He said he devises mischief upon his bed. He setteth him in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. That's the lie part. Thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reaches unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is like that great mountain. Thy judgments are a great deep. O Lord, thou preservest man and beast. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the river of thy pleasures. For with thee is the fountain of life, and thy light shall we see light. Oh, continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee. What he saying? Oh, continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee. But the thing is, the Lord sends rain on the just and the unjust. But the thing is, in the end, that's all I'm going to say. and thy righteousness to the upright in heart. Let not the foot of pride come against me. Now he's praying for himself. Don't let me be prideful. And let not the hand of the wicked remove me. And you can say pride for other people too. There are the workers of iniquity, fallen. They are cast down and shall not be able to rise. Think hell. Some of your enemies may not even fall this lifetime. But the thing is, they shall be cast down and shall not be able to rise. Those that are against the Lord and against his followers. If they don't change not, if they repent not, it's not going to go well for them. Let me read the front part of Psalm 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. What if your desire is to be saved from your enemies? And it's according to the Lord's will to save you from your enemies. Oh, y'all ain't hearing it. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Now, foreshadow to the Revelations. Who's going to inherit the earth? They. Those that wait upon the Lord shall inherit the earth. Everybody else will be cast off to everlasting fire and darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. He said, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall be no more. Thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out their bow, the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. Come on, y'all. Don't you love this? A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the day evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish. And the enemies of the Lord, enemies of who? The Lord. If you serve the Lord, and they're your enemies, they're enemies of the Lord also. Of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again. What? Stop borrowing money from folks if you ain't going to pay it. But the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. For such as blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. Look at these, listen to these prayers. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now I'm old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. What he said, depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. There is life after death. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. Here to go again, cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watches the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. You know heaven's going to be on earth. He's going to bring down heaven here. You're going to inherit the land, and the wicked are going to be cast out. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it, even in this lifetime. And guess what? You're probably going to see it judgment time too. I have seen the wicked in a great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree, yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressor shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. How many times you saw cut off? But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them. Because why? They trust in him. Let me pause and I will continue.